they've known and loved and supported with the ARCA Menards series for many years. Welcome to the Iowa Speedway and the Atlas 150.
Hello everyone, I am BowserJrXD and welcome to the Atlas 150 at Iowa Speedway, race 7 of 20 for the ARCA Menards series in 2024. Give me just one moment. Much better. Okay, so it's the first of 7 short tracks as we get into the more the lesser known part of the schedule, at least lesser known tracks. The tracks that aren't paired up with NASCAR races. Although that being said, Iowa is paired up with a NASCAR race for the first time in a while. So, but it's still, I think it still falls in that Midwestern short track vibe. It's the longest and fastest short track that they'll race on at 7/8 of a mile. And we've got 26 drivers in the field, the most since I believe 2016. And that was back when the race was a combination event. Okay, so who's this new commentator? Eric Brennan and Phil Parsons in the booth, which frankly, no Jamie Little, that's a plus. Although they're not at the track. They're in the Fox studio.
Two ARCA starts in his career, second place finishes in both. He led over 40 laps in each one of those races.
As Phil Parsons mentioned, we have gone 6 for 6 in terms of winners. Gus Dean at Daytona, William Sawalich at Phoenix, Jake Finch at Talladega, Connor Zilich at Dover, Connor Mosak at Kansas, and Tanner Gray at Charlotte. Now looking to go 7 for 7, drivers like Andres Perez, LeVar Scott, Ajiro, maybe even Chris Wright if he can get his head on straight. And they're mentioning that last week, Andres Perez won the NASCAR Mexico Series race at the Oval Aguascalientes. Driving for Escuderia Telmex, I believe. That is the team. Now, Iowa was repaved halfway. The bottom and middle lanes were repaved. Bottom lane and middle lanes in turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, not on the straightaways. It doesn't look good, which makes me concerned about the racing quality. But I guess this is the perfect testing ground. We had a lot of flat tires in cup practice today, so that'll be interesting to watch on Sunday. Anyway, I should also go over the starting line. Okay, let's notice this is just a little off. Just gonna try to fix that. I guess it's fine as it. Okay. All right. We've got 26 cars in the field. Let's go over them before the starting lineup gets ahead of me. Starting 26th, driving the number 86, Race Part Liquidators, Drop the Hammer Auctions Ford for Club Racing Inc. 20 years old, from Cambridge City, Indiana, Presley Sora. Starting 25th, driving the number 31, NationalPolice.org Chevrolet for Rise Motorsports. 40 years old, from McCalla, Alabama, Rita Goulet. Starting 24th, driving the number 48, Coprea.com Ford for Brad Smith Motorsports. 55 years old, from Shelby Township, Michigan, Brad Smith. And starting 23rd, driving the number 98 Shearer Speed Toyota for Shearer Speed Racing. 64 years old, from Chillicothe, Missouri, Dale Shearer. Starting 22nd, Dale Shearer at 64 years old is the oldest driver in the field. Starting 22nd, driving the number 06 KH Automotive Toyota for Wayne Peterson Racing. 62 years old, from Shawnee, Kansas, Kevin Henkel. Starting 21st, driving the number 03, Race Part Liquidators, Drop the Hammer Auctions Ford for Club Racing Inc. 32 years old, from Morris, Illinois, Alex Clubb. Starting 20th, driving the number 99 Donray Petroleum LLC Maples Motorsports Chevrolet for fast track racing. 60 years old from Choctaw, Oklahoma, Michael Maples. And starting 19th, driving the number 10 T-Top Manufacturing Toyota for fast track racing. 24 years old from Sunset, Texas, I believe making his ARCA debut, Christopher Tate. Starting 18th, driving the number 39 ETR Heart of Texas Speedway Toyota for Costner Weaver Motorsports. 59 years old from Mart, Texas, D.L. Wilson. Starting 17th, driving the number 12 Bellator Recruiting Academy VFW Ford for fast track racing. 38 years old from Minot, North Dakota, Ryan Roulette. Starting 16th, driving the number 93 Tim Cash Public Square Chevrolet for Costner Weaver Motorsports. 34 years old from Hoax Bluff, Alabama, Cody Dennison. And starting 15th, driving the number 11 Racing for Rescues Fast Track Racing Toyota for fast track racing. 21 years old from Speedway, Indiana, Zachary Tinkle. Starting 14th, driving the number 17. I just want to double check something. Okay. Starting 14th, driving the number 17 Group 1001 Chevrolet for Cook Racing Technologies. 37 years old from Nazareth, Pennsylvania, Marco Andretti. Starting 13th, driving the number 32 West Virginia Department of Tourism Ford for AM Racing. 29 years old from Martinsburg, West Virginia, Christian Rose. Starting 12th, driving the number 22 Icon Technologies Toyota for Venturini Motorsports. 32 years old from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, Amber Balkan. And starting 11th, driving the number 35 CB Fabricating Ford for Greg Van Alst Motorsports. 42 years old from Anderson, Indiana, Greg Van Alst, the highest starting Ford. Now for the top 10. Starting 10th, driving the number 6 Max Siegel Inc. Chevrolet for Rev Racing. 20 years old from Carneys Point, New Jersey, LeVar Scott. Starting 9th, driving the number 73 Acacia Energy Toyota for Class Motorsports. 36 years old from Buffalo, New York, Andy Jankowiak. Starting 8th, driving the number 25 Ruta Bush Toyota for Venturini Motorsports. 24 years old from Hillsborough, California, Tony Breidinger. And starting 7th, driving the number 2 Max Siegel Inc. Chevrolet for Rev Racing. 19 years old from Mexico City, Mexico, Andres Perez. Starting 6th, driving the number 23 Carl Chevrolet, Bebops, Sigma Performance Services Chevrolet for Sigma Performance Services. 29 years old from West Des Moines, Iowa, Mason Mitchell, the 2014 ARCA champion, I think. Starting 5th, nah, that is the right year. Starting 5th, driving the number 15 First National Bank Corporation Toyota for Venturini Motorsports. 29 years old from Wexford, Pennsylvania, Chris Wright. Starting 4th, driving the number 18 Starkey Soundgear Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. 17 years old from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, William Sawalich. The youngest driver in the field and the Phoenix winner. Starting 3rd, driving the number 55 VMS Toyota for Venturini Motorsports. 29 years old from Bluffton, South Carolina, Gustine, the Daytona winner. Starting 2nd, driving the number 28 Chevrolet Performance Chevrolet for Pinnacle Racing Group. 17 years old from Mooresville, North Carolina, Connor Zilich, the highest starting Chevrolet and the Dover winner. And on pole, driving the number 20 JBL Toyota for Venturini Motorsports with a pole time of 23.232 seconds and an average speed of 135.589 miles per hour. 17 years old from Seacock, Massachusetts, it's Gio Ruggiero. That is your starting lineup for today's Atlas 150. All right.
Our 13th year. This is the West Virginia Department of Tourism Ford. This is the Sioux Chief on board. Christian looking to move up into the top 10. And here's a local driver from Des Moines, Iowa, Mason Mitchell. We talked about him. Heather talked about him. He's the winner here. He's the only former winner in the field, former champion. He's going to start 6th in
Now I wonder how many cars are going to start in park. Um, all right, let's get. I would too, because what was discovered was that the top lane has a little more paving going into the restart zone, so it should result in a better start for any driver starting there. It should also make the choose rule very interesting. All right, so the top 20 view should be good, sufficient from here. Hello to everyone who's joining the stream. Yeah, Luke Fenhouse got Pinnacle Racing Group's first main ARCA win here last year, and I was watching that from my car, driving home from Riverhead. I had it on to here. All right. All right. It'll be 150 laps around the 7/8 mile short track. Here we go. We're green at Iowa. That was a weird-ass restart. Looks like a couple rows didn't get going. It's Ruggiero and Zilich up front, battling for the top spot. It's Sawalich who's cleared for third behind them. Oh, man, they get into each other. And there Zilich almost loses it, and Sawalich takes the lead. Meanwhile, the second spot, here comes Gustine. The winners of the first two races of the year, now running 1 and 2. Meanwhile, looks like Cody Dennison lost quite a few positions. He's nowhere he's not even in the top 20. I know several people in the chat are probably here just for that. So that's what I noticed from looking at the start at the timing on my television. Man, that was a case of being probably a little too aggressive on lap 1. You can see Zilich just rubbing right into the 20, almost trying to push him out of the groove, and it left a perfect hole on the bottom, that perfectly paved bottom, for Sawalich to slip through. Ruggiero and Zilich back up to second and third past Augustine. Meanwhile, Chris Wright now into the top 5. So 3 of the top 5 are Venerini. Though I should note that the 2 cars that have had rotating drivers, the 20 and the 55, are the 2 highest running. And that has been, of the Venerini cars, and that has been a recurring theme. And Cody Dennison now back to 20th place, I just noticed. Brad Smith off the track. I guess that's all she wrote for the number 48 Ford. It's the move for second place. Here comes Zilich to the inside. He makes the pass and goes to P2. But he scrubs up high, opening the door for Ruggiero again. And they're already coming up on lap traffic. The number 86 of Presley Sora and the number 98 of Dale Shearer. They sneak past and stay side by side as they go into turns 3 and 4. Behind them, Gustine looking for another opening as the number 28 scrubs up. But he's clear now. And now let's see if he can track down the number 18. Kevin Hinkle also went a lap down in that number 06 car. So did Rita Goulet in the number 31, leaving just 21 cars on the lead lap. Zilich was, I believe, if I recall, set the fastest lap in practice. So that's something to look out for. And they got to really fix the scoring sheet. I don't know what the hell is going on. For those unaware, also, the single-digit number is the laps completed. The next lap is, the column is the lap, their last lap time. The one in the middle, the time in the middle, is their margin to the leader, and the column all the way on the right is their fastest lap of the race. Zilich, he's within a second now. He scrubbed off 3/10 that last lap, 1.1 to 0.8. And this 28 is just freaking flying. I mean, they mentioned Connor Zilich's credentials earlier, as we see the number 03 of Alex Clubb has gone a lap down. But Zilich won a Mazda MX-5 race at Ohio. He won a Cars Tour race earlier this year. I think it was at Hickory. I could be wrong. He won the 12 Hours of Sebring and the 24 Hours of Daytona in the LMP2 category. I mean, the dude's a freaking, like a superhero. 31, just running around, barely under power. That's passing by, the 15 passed by her. That's Chris Wright, still in 5th position. Looking through the field, we also got Mason Mitchell in the Sigma Performance Services car in the 8th place. This is their first ARCA race in main ARCA, because they've run, or at least this year, because they run the whole ARCA West series with 4 different drivers so far. And Connor, as I say this, Mitchell's running 8th, but up front, Connor Zilich caught up to William Sawalich, coming in a real hurry. But now, can he make the pass? I think Fenhouse, if I recall, kind of won it on that last restart, as opposed to being one of the leading in the beginning. Here they come around for more lap cars. The number 93 of Cody Dennison going a lap down, and ahead of them is that it's Kevin. That's another lap car of Kevin Hinkle. There they go around Michael Maples. And Zilich goes to the inside. They're in a 3-wide. DL Wilson lapping 18th place. They are still side by side for the lead. So Wallace on the high side, Zilich low. As they go on to the back stretch, they remain side by side. There's a battle shaping up right ahead of them, I believe, for between 16th and 17th. Is that Ryan Roulette and Christopher Tate? Zilich ahead by half a car length as they cross the finish line. It is Christopher Tate and Ryan Roulette. Tate in 17th. Zilich forced to fall back behind, so Wallace as the battle persists. There's Ryan Roulette. They as the leaders get by, lapping up to 16th. 16th place has now been lapped. Yeah, this is pretty good to start. That was just 15 laps out of, or 17 laps. There's 133 to go, people. I think, yeah. Cody qualified 16th. But so he went from Fast Track to Costner Weaver Motorsports. CW Motorsports, in theory, I thought was slightly better than Fast Track. That being said, they're running behind all. He's running behind all 4 of those cars. Which, as I said, well, maybe not anymore. As I see that the 12 has dropped off the pace. Ryan Roulette has dropped off the pace in the 12 car. Let's scroll down a bit. Ryan Roulette's gone a couple laps down, so I guess there was a problem with his car. And this thing doesn't want to work. Hello, Ricky Dane. I should have. we're under... Oh, we're under caution. So he must have spun.
More touch therapy dogs to make a difference in the lives of more kids like me. Karina cares.
I realized I should have checked the lap times. Yeah.
Recipes that are more than their ingredients.
So, I believe Zachary Tinkle will get the free pass, or Ryan Roulette actually might have been in the free pass, but since if he was the one that brought out the caution, then there is no free pass, and those cars will have to stay a lap down. If the scoreboard stopped having a seizure, it would be way easier for me to figure this out. Why are we staring at it like a farmhouse? I think it's a farmhouse. I mean, it's Iowa, so they got, they got corn, but Christ's sake. Ooh, and there he goes. Spun, back end hits the wall, and number 12 is Dunzo. Third lane is way more worn. It's not paved, so it is interesting to be running up there. I did not know that, which is interesting. It also explains why I think VFW is one of his sponsors. Oh, Christopher Tate got the free pass. This will leave 16 cars on the lead lap. All right, we're going green next time by. So, 16 cars on the lead lap, back to Christopher Tate. Slipknot is probably the best thing to come from Iowa. Well, this track's not that bad. So, I mean, I like this track. So, I like the track. So, I don't know much about Iowa. I'm a Northeast boy. All right, gonna restart on lap 23. It's gonna be Sawalich and Zilich. All right, here we go again. Ooh, and there's a car that didn't get going again. The super well on the restart, backing up the outside lane about 8 rows back, but we're green. Ooh, slip up from Zilich allows Sawalich to get clear. Oh, we have almost spin, or did we have a spin? Or at least tire smoke. Either way, that was not a pretty restart, at least heading onto the backstretch for the first time this stint. Zilich sticking to it. Oh, Breidinger falling back. He's between Greg Van Alst and Mason Mitchell. Here comes Zilich to the inside of Sawalich. He's trying to get a sniff back of the lead. Oh, we got a wreck. Greg Van Alst, Amber Balkin, and Marco Andretti. Oh, man. Well, what do I think? Marginally better. Well, that'll certainly help his finishing position. No, well, no free pass.
this race. I'm afraid the damage to both of those cars could in fact be terminal. Watching 3 wide here.
Thanks for the super chat, by the way, Jakir Revere.
Looks like he gets a little bit of a bump possibly from Amber. Carries both of them into the outside wall as well as the 17 of Marco Andretti. That was the battle for 11th, 12th, 13th. Four cars in the mix. Christian Rose. That may be a racing streak with a race nominee right there. He just barely got by the top side. Yeah, totally agree with you on that one. Mason Mitchell as well out of the group.
And it moves him up to 16th.
Who picked up an IndyCar victory here back in 2011. We mentioned a potential racing streak.
Do you mean the car is better or a team or mixture of everything? I mean, when I say marginally better, I'm almost all, well, it's a mixture of everything, but comparing Costner Weaver to Fast Track, Fast Track is like a snail, and Costner Weaver is a snail with a couple extra legs. They're not contenders. And truth be, so from what I understand, also the team was having fundraising problems. So it may or may not have been the best option for them to run the car full time. I mean, he's a lap down. He was already a lap down, so I don't know what else to expect. But he's in 16th now. So 14 cars now on the lead lap, with DL Wilson getting the free pass. That is Cody's teammate.
Taking a vacation from payments on the most capable Wrangler ever. The most affordable Jeep SUV, Jeep Compass, the only open-air pickup, Jeep Gladiator, and the most awarded SUV ever, Jeep Grand Cherokee. Hurry into your local dealer and make the most out of summer with great deals plus no payments for 90 days.
During the Jeep Make This the Summer event, get 2,000 bonus cash allowance plus no
So Marco looks like he's now 2 down.
Jeep Gladiator and those 2024 Jeep Wrangler gas-powered models.
But which wire should I cut? The red or the blue or the... But there's also the green one and the yellow one. Of course. Too late.
No Red Bull, no wings.
With Armor All, a little bit of this protects you from a lot of that. Armor All, less work, more clean.
Train.
Oh, hi, Rafa.
Train thieves.
He's one of my buddies. He's in the VC with me.
Clearing the way. So you arrive exactly where you belong.
I thought you were streaming.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Don't mind.
I'm doing my YouTube stream, but I could try to find the race. So hold on a minute.
Okay.
I got Fox. Still, I'm gonna have the TV as my main source. So the audio might be out of sync. But I should also say this is my only.
Right now, you can get a free
Sorry. I didn't. Okay.
and get one free.
Screw that. This will be my only stream of the weekend because my plans changed for Sunday. I'll be with some friends during the Cup race.
Wait, there's an elevator? Only pay for what you need.
Yeah. Costs are absolutely astronomical. You need big time sponsors to cover everything.
Unlike pasteurized processed cheese food, which is
Yeah, money is absolutely everything. So the more money you have, the better. Chances are the better your car will be, or the type of ride you'll be able to get. If you're someone like a paid driver, or having a sponsor that, though, you don't necessarily want the label of a paid driver. You might have a sponsor that carries you for the whole season, but paid drivers tend to have a label of being worse than others. But in general, it's incredible. It's an incredibly expensive sport. So, all right. So yeah, I can see the. All right. Yeah, so we're about I'm about 4 to 5 seconds behind for my friend, the stream that I'm showing my friend. All right. Rafa, can you see it fine?
Yeah, it looks good.
Good. Well, we've already lost. Let's see, Ryan Roulette. We lost Greg Van Alst and Amber Balkan. Marco Andretti's at the very minimum is damaged. For power tuning, I know how to take some rebuild, but I also know to send them off to get rebuild. So it's pretty much just overcharge, correct? Okay, I don't know that side super well. Engines, though, are a little different because every ARCA team has an Ilmore engine. So I guess well, all right. So we're now 20% of the way through the race. It has been. It has been. So I mean, maybe tomorrow won't be so bad. I'm not gonna lock that in though. So 4 cars listed as 1 lap down. All right, here we go. Green again in Iowa. Wow, that is several cars just did not launch. All right, so Walt's on the high side. Looks like he's going to take the lead as a 28th, and he gets 3 wide. Oh, man, Gustine nearly into the wall there as there's still 3 wide on the backstretch. Ruggiero gets to 2nd spot. Moves up to try and block the 55, and does so. Man, this 55 looks so loose out of the turn, nearly hitting into the fence. Zilich coming back down the front stretch to try to make the pass for P2 on the inside. Al Shearer goes a 2nd lap down. He's trying. You see how loose these cars are. Still side by side for P2. Andretti's off. So, yeah, it's 21 cars currently on track. Gustine coming back in to try and join the battle for P2. Yeah, Ryan Roulette's back on track, 11 laps down. No cars listed as out yet. Greg Van Alst.
I'm not real sure.
22 got into the hair in him.
Looks like the 22 just pushed us down in the corner.
I agree. It was Bamber Balkan's fault.
Gotta thank CD Fabricating, Proceed USA, PLA, Top Choice Fans. Probably too early to be that aggressive, but it is what it is.
Zilich desperately trying to get by Ruggiero. He's going to take the position back. Connor Zilich got a car length lead on the inside. Anybody can't clear just yet in a turn one. He slides in front of the 20. Now it's 1.7 seconds back from the leader. Let's see if he can make up the distance now. Yeah, I mean, he's gaining time back. That 28 still, like, prowling like a cheetah. And Gustine closing in on Gio Ruggiero now. The pizza delivery driver from Buffalo, New York. Andy J, he's anytime there's a New Yorker, I have to root for him. I love because or her, him or her. And New York's it's my place. Andres Perez. Again, the winner of the last winner in the Mexico Series. Rookie of the Year last year, and could be the second Rev Racing driver in 3 years to take home the ARCA championship after Nick Sanchez did it 2 years ago. All right, the battle for third is still going on. Gustine following in the tire tracks of Gio Ruggiero. Although I don't think Gustine has necessarily had the same speed. The lead now, it's a margin of It's now, what the hell am I trying to say? It's within 3/4 of a second. They're going to put Michael Maples a second lap down. I'll say if the 93 gets past, that'll be another lap down and effectively out, barring multiple wrecks. Okay, out of free pass contention. And wow, more cars have gone lapped. Zachary Tinkle, D.L. Wilson.
Once Zilich gets clean racetrack, he is much, much faster than Swallow.
Gee, like now within half a second. Battle for 8th, Mason Mitchell and LeVar Scott. LeVar Scott's had a ton of speed, especially on the intermediate ovals, but he's had mechanical problems have hindered him thus far. We got another car, Zachary Tinkle off the pace. Zilich moving to the outside to try and make the move for the lead. And can he make the pass stick? Dennison now a lap down. That is. So this is a. It's a. Oh, so it looks like Andy J just lost a couple positions. Now we have a caution. Oh, is it a break? We got a really slow car. So it's a. Oh, there are a couple of race breaks. Okay. So I believe DL Wilson will get the free pass again.
Race break?
Yeah, I guess we have two of them.
I thought it was only on the halfway point. I didn't know there was at least one, but I didn't know about multiple.
What's up at DQ? These two are debating which $7 meal deal with fry streak and a sundae is the best full-size meal deal of all.
Hello.
Right.
Hello, Classic.
Hello.
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 Hello. I got. Who's leading?
Oh, it's
Zillich.
Yeah, who's leading?
Zillich.
Okay. How many laps in are we?
Okay.
50.
Third way break.
All right.
All right, Ricky Dane for free pass. When there's a caution, the first car 1 lap down gets a lap back. At least 1 lap down gets a lap back.
Just about anything belongs in a burger, as long as it has Sargento 100% real natural cheese. Unlike pasteurized processed cheese food, which is only required to
It started showing on the commercial, the Ioniq 5. I remember like really liking this car when it came out, thinking it was like a hot hatch, and then it turned out it was an SUV.
I believe we're at 13 cars in the lead lap. We've had several cars have mechanical. We had the 11 had a mechanical problem, and then the 12, the 17, the 35, and the 22 were wrecked.
All right, I'm done trying to do this fucking level. I'm trying to finish 3D World, and I have to do
Champions Road.
Champions Road, yeah.
It's a brutal one. I believe I beat it with Rosalina, which is.
Oh, absolutely, Rosalina. Once you unlock Rosalina, the other characters become irrelevant.
I'm not Peach.
Okay, fair. But like Peach and Luigi are the best characters in Mario 2.
My favorite character was Toad, so I used him for most of this other game.
Your favorite character's Toad?
Yeah. I don't care if he's the hardest one to use. I enjoyed playing
What
him.
the hell? Why would you choose Toad?
Because why not?
Fair.
We're at race break on or near lap 50 to 100. Max 4 crew members all over the wall. Teams can change tires and add fuel. Restart order, separate order at the time of caution.
All right.
Ricky Dane, so you say Toad's the GOAT? Thank you. Thank you.
Also, I must know, what setup did you go for when you beat Mario Kart Wii? Funky Kong Flame Runner, I assume?
Well, I kept switching.
Okay, between what and what?
Try to use every character and every vehicle as many times as possible. So, I used everyone. But lightweights and middleweights were the way to go for me. I couldn't drift around.
Oh. For me, I either use Daisy Mock Bike or Funky Kong Flame Runner, because, duh.
It's unfortunate for Zachary Tinkle to have that problem with his car. He's running. Obviously, he's not going to win a race, but he was running top 5 in ARCA East points.
Ah, damn. Always sucks when stuff like that happens.
Yep.
Especially if it's out of their control.
It was a battle with, I think, the 3 back markers trying to compete for ARCA East, the top 5. Zachary Tinkle, DL Wilson, Cody Dennison. They're fighting for basically 4th through 6th, because top 3 will almost certainly be Connor Zilic, William Sawalich, and Gio Ruggiero.
Because the cars they're in.
Yeah, Venturini's Pinnacle Racing Group and Joe Gibbs versus Costner Weaver Motorsports and Fast Track.
I wonder what team is the better of those lists. How have you been?
Good. Tomorrow I'm going home, celebrate my grandparents' anniversary.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
I'm doing all right. I got off work. I had work today. That's pretty much it. That's all there is to write home about today. I also noticed that we have Rafa with us today.
Yes, we do. My favorite Brazilian.
You only now notice?
No, I didn't now notice, but also, oh my goodness, that's the first time I've heard your voice. That's crazy.
Sometime we gotta watch that episode of Moment of Truth.
No.
You don't want to watch one where the host got uncomfortable?
That does sound kind of funny.
I mean, I know why. But I hate waiting, but I guess if they're back on track and about to go green, when they cut back to commercial, I'll be fine with it.
I always find it funny that you pull in the biggest audiences for ARCA.
Because all my watchers are Cody Dennison fans.
I know that much. I just always found it funny. You never get any watchers for any other series.
I wouldn't say that. I still get a lot of viewers.
Yeah, I mean, like, the disparity between the last few ARCA streams and the last few others.
Yeah, I mean, because I know people, specific, like I said, a specific subset of people are going to show up.
Yes. It's nice to be back at Iowa, though. I will say that much.
Yeah.
Track isn't perfect, but, it's cool to see it back. This repave is ass, though. Why could they just repave the whole track?
Try and watch your season if I catch you on. Thanks, Ricky Dane.
question.
I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah? One question?
Bowser.
Yep.
You said earlier that about how this race was doing good and that maybe tomorrow might not be so bad, right?
I mean, the track's it's racier than I expected with the repave.
Oh yeah.
Then again, I mean, I don't know how much of this is
just by how long I watched. I already noticed, but like, I didn't watch. Obviously, I know that you guys watched the practice. I didn't watch any of the practice sessions. Was there any issues for the Xfinity practice?
Xfinity?
Because I know there was
Van Gisbergen.
I know there were some issues. Obviously, there were all the tires blowing out, but
there was
you said tomorrow may not be bad.
Besides Van Gisbergen's spin, I don't think there's anything in Xfinity.
It might have just been the cup tire being the cup tire.
I think Hamlin said that they wanted it. It was part of the efforts to make a softer tire. Well, Congratulations, if that was the case. I guess you hit it, but
40
I didn't
lanes
like.
is too little.
I mean, you know, I'm if they can manage the
It's
tire
it's the
like they
same
were able to in the
situation as
late stages
Bristol.
at Bristol, but also in a cooler environment, as long as we get good wear. I mean, I don't really mind 20-year-old, 28. I don't really mind the tires necessarily aging that badly because it'll force drivers to conserve the tires, and you might actually see racing
Decent racing.
for a completely different reason than expected.
Yeah.
So I probably won't be watching most of it. But best thing from Iowa is chiropractic. What does that mean? Thanks for the $2, Q Revere. It puts us at $12 for the day.
Oh my goodness. Here comes the money.
Well, the fact that it'll be a night race affect the wear.
What is the best thing from Iowa besides corn?
Yeah, I was gonna say corn.
When
Well,
I think of
what
Iowa,
Iowa?
because my mind is wired on like basically three things. The first thing I think of is former Senator Tom Harkin. Probably not the best thing that come out of Iowa. This is the first thing I think of.
Oh, I just looked it up. Apparently, corn and pork. All right.
D.D. Palmer, Davenport, Iowa. First Cairo adjustment.
Oh wow.
Thanks, Q Revere. That is interesting. I mean, yeah, that's actually really interesting. I didn't realize that. That is cool. And Davenport, Iowa, one of the biggest cities in the state, up there where it's stuff like Sioux City, Des Moines, and Cedar Rapids. Well, thanks for that trivia. I love. Okay, is Caitlin Clark from Iowa? Is she from Iowa?
Yeah, it's from Des Moines, Iowa. Des Moines, Iowa.
Des Moines, not Des Moines.
Des Moines. Des Moines.
Yeah.
I am stupid.
Oh my god. So yeah, thanks for the chat for contributing to this conversation. Wait, what's up with Annie J's? Wait, Annie J's right left tire has no Goodyear, has no general tire on it. That might be a problem as we go back to green.
That is weird.
Also, the broadcaster is Eric Brennan as opposed to Jamie Little. Zielich on the high side again, trying to make it clear of Sawalich, and he does.
3 wide and a
For
return
fourth
number
place,
3.
Perez
almost.
to the inside. Can he keep the spot? Will it be contact? Oh, we got contact between Chris Wright and Gus Dean. They keep it straight, but holy Christ.
Of course, Chris Wright.
And Mason Mitchell to the top 5.
Yup.
Oh, my God.
What the hell was that?
Man.
See what happened. So they were 3 wide coming into turn number 3.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris Wright. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, Chris Wright, he got into his teammate. It still
Yeah.
blows my mind that consistently the 3 full-time Venerini drivers have. I don't believe they finished ahead of either rotating car.
Nope.
Which is just pathetic.
I don't think they have either, which is very pathetic.
Yeah. Shout out to Christopher Tate for staying on the lead lap for so long. He did get a free pass, but still.
Up in the front, though, it is still Connor Zielich.
Frankly, if he doesn't win, it's because he wrecked or had a failure. The 28 has been it's so freaking fast.
I mean, you say that, yet Sawalich is kind of keeping up with
They
it.
could have adjusted that car, or the changing day to night conditions might be affecting the speed. But just at least at the
Absolutely.
start, the 28 was like a bullet bill. As soon as he got clean air, he was gone. Zachary Tinkle off the track.
Let's see if after that pit stop, if Sawallich can get up to him. Also, Fox, stop going to the onboard. We can't see crap out
Especially
of it
with the
because
sun,
the sun
shining in our eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're already running into the lap cars.
Yep.
Dale Shearer's first race.
Sawallich. I think Sawallich is there. Yeah, he is. He's looking to the inside, I think.
See that?
No.
There. No.
He looked very close. He looked more close on the
yeah,
onboard.
you know, that's the weird thing when you're looking at a head-on view. The cars always look closer.
Yeah, and anyway, speaking of closer, Ruggerio's getting closer to Sawallich for second place.
Seekonk, Massachusetts. Still looking for his first win in general in any stock car touring, televised touring series. I gotta say televised.
Yeah.
I mean, his ARCA East starts are the non-combo races for ARCA East are over. So.
Also, yeah, the speed disparity is insane. Look at Ruggerio to Perez. That's like almost 2 seconds.
It's 0.8.
No, I meant from first to fourth.
That was
is what I meant.
1.4. That does not round to 2.
That rounds to 1.
It does.
Math is not mathing today.
Math was my favorite in high school. That's why
I did not like math.
I can do the math.
Math was always the one class I dreaded.
All right, Q Rivera, great commentary. Thank you. John Wayne is Ricky Dane. John Wayne is from Iowa. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's another pretty famous, one of the most famous Western actors of all time. Famous Iowans. Let's see, I'm gonna look some up.
Herbert Hoover.
He's from Iowa?
Apparently.
Well, not one of the worst presidents of all time.
Yeah, he was born in West Branch, Iowa in 1874.
Yeah, one of the worst, as I said, one of the worst presidents of all time, considering he steered us right into the Great Depression and couldn't navigate out of it.
That's crazy.
They called it they were encampments of homeless people on the streets, and they'd call them Hoovervilles. True, that's completely true.
Oh wait, no way! I love this guy. Do you know the jazz musician Glenn Miller?
Nope.
Probably don't.
No.
Nope, he's from Iowa. They're going on a tangent about Iowa.
No, I'm just curious who else I've heard of. I mean, several drivers: Brett Moffitt, Joey Gay, Sammy Smith. They also wear pilot Michael Annette. Pilot Flying J is from there, so it's where the sponsorship comes from. Oh, Janet Guthrie's from Iowa. She was the first woman to run the Indy 500.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Electric for short trips, gas for long.
All right. No caution.
F1.
What about F1?
The ad that's showing on the stream that you have up, there's Max Verstappen.
Next race is the Spanish Grand Prix next week at Catalunya. So, front of the next week's big race. I mean, obviously this weekend is the big story besides NASCAR Iowa is Le Mans with number 6 Porsche Penske snagged the pole after sniping it from both Cadillacs. In fact, the Cadillac.
Did Zillage just like pull away?
I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Yeah, the margin's 1.3 seconds.
Holy crap!
I mean, he's had the fastest car. Like I said,
know, still.
D.L. Wilson goes a lap down. Good save for the 20. Lost the position,
wow.
Looks like the 93 just had a bad lap. So that's Cody. looking at his lap time, he had a 26.1, which is about a second slower than he's been running. Maybe he had a save as well. But he's now 3 down. It still boggles my mind that he said after he signed his deal, we can't wait to bring home some top 5s for this team. I appreciate the optimism, but Coster Weaver ain't like they gotta scratch the top 10 before you try to eat the sun.
Who said top 5s?
Dennison.
Yeah, no, that car. That I think you should be striving for top 10s.
Well,
that's a win. That's a win.
Yeah, or top 15s, or though
yeah.
slightly they're right where they're running, slightly less impressive given the fact that 4 or 5 faster cars crashed out or had mechanical failures. But again, a position's a position. So
of course.
So it's still a good day for them. But yeah, top 10s are, let's consider it, top 10s are for the win.
Yeah.
Also, and Rita Goulet is now off the track. And Ricky Dane says he knows Glenn Miller as well.
No. All right, so right now, Connor Zelich, William Sawalich, Gio Ruggiero,
Andres Perez, LeVar Scott,
Gus Dean,
Chris Wright, Mason Mitchell, Andy Jankowiak, Tony Briding are your top 10.
Yep.
But LeVar Scott, I mentioned it before that he's had really good speed. I think he was contending both at Dover and Charlotte. At least at Charlotte, or Kansas as well. I think Kansas he had a tire problem, forcing him to pit. Charlotte, I think something else happened to him. So I think he might have had a flat there too. I just remember that his race didn't end as well as it was going. But he's running in LeVar Scott running in 5th, right behind his teammate, or right behind is if right behind is about 3 seconds. Okay, that's pathetic. If that's the actual speed, okay. Looking at Breidinger, it looks like she was struggling to get ahead of the lap 39 car. Sixth in points, Dennison in ARCA East, yes. 11th in regular ARCA points. Hollow, Gunner, Elive. Here's the battle for 5th place. Gus Dean catching up to LeVar Scott. This is for a position in the top 5. You get
Gus Dean, whoa.
And right behind is Chris Wright.
Yep. That 6 car was almost sideways coming out of turn 2. That thing is wiggling a ton.
Well, these cars are all. I mean, a lot of them are wiggling, especially off of 4. They're mega loose.
And because of that wiggling, it's get right to the bumper of the 6.
Mm-hmm. Well, the 15 is the one that's coming.
Yes.
Let's see. Did the Christopher Tate just go a lap down? No, not yet, but he's close. Probably in the next lap, he's going to be shown as a lap down. This would be my wager. Hello. Michael Maples just passed Cody Dennison. They're both 3 laps down. Oh,
caution. Oh, it's Gio
No,
Ruggiero.
it's Ruggiero. Oh, man. Can he get the car going?
That was one of the fast cars all day.
Top 3, but he's got it going.
Yep. That sucks.
Well, how much? It depends. Let's see how much damage he has.
Doesn't look like a lot.
Well, we haven't seen where I want to see the impact zone first. It was the rear.
Yeah. There looks to be almost no damage. Let's see.
It doesn't look terrible, but then again, I got to see how. So is this his onboard?
Entering turn 3, there's a vibration.
Well, yeah,
One hell of a vibration.
That was not.
Man, there's a little love tap.
Yeah,
on the
that was
outside
barely.
wall.
Did he stay on the lead lap?
Yeah, I believe so. Let's see.
So, DL
there is.
Wilson will get the free pass again.
Yeah, he should be all right. That sucks.
So I think that's DL Wilson's third free pass of the day.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, you know, every time has gotten him back on the lead lap. So. Yep, he's listed as 10th right now. Gio is not out. He's still going.
Yeah, Gio's not out yet.
But let me check, because I won't be doing a stream again this weekend. Let me check my wonderful calendar. Because I keep a calendar of basically every single type of racing. Because I am just that organized for motorsports. Next week we got, also this week is also the USF Juniors at Virginia International Raceway. Almost every USF Juniors race is asynchronous with the IndyCar weekend. But I pay attention to it because of Sebastian Weldon. Who's the current points leader.
Yep.
Let's see, next week. NASCAR at New Hampshire. Modifieds at New Hampshire.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Canada Series at Eastbound International Speedway in Avondale, Newfoundland. F1 at Catalunya, IndyCar at Laguna Seca, and IMSA for the 6 hours of Watkins Glen.
That's all for next week.
Yeah, and if you count it, Super Formula at Sportsland Sugo, but I don't know how to watch Super Formula in the U.S. Also, if you're for NHRA people, at the race at Virginia Motorsports Park. We've got Formula Drift at Old Bridge Township Raceway Park in Englishtown, New Jersey. So obviously, my man Classic, he'll be at New Hampshire.
Hell yeah!
To try to
the one thing I'm excited to see is
Modified.
Bonsignor. Bonsignor did his start in Xfinity.
For Joe Gibbs Racing, one of the best teams around. I gotta try and ring you up during the races like a pit reporter.
All you hear is just cars going by.
Yeah. I wonder how it'd go. Also, something else I like to watch, but no one else does. The weekend after Formula E.
That's your series.
They'll be at Portland, so it's their American race.
You're the only person I know who actually gives a shit about Formula E.
You know, I think it's one of the 7 major motorsports in the world right now. NASCAR, IndyCar, NASCAR, IndyCar, Formula 1, Formula E, MotoGP, World Endurance Championship, IMSA. Each of them represents a top category.
I can't think of anything to replace Formula E with.
I mean, World Rally Championship, but people give less. I don't think people care as much, considering that a lot of drivers in Formula E also do World Endurance Championship, which I think.
Yeah, I feel like Rally is more of a look from afar than watch. I know more people who like Rally as a concept than watch it.
And also like.
Because I think.
Sorry, keep going.
I think Rally's cool as hell, but I can't watch it, so.
Yeah, dirt racing could also be up there if you got. Well, I mean, which one's the best? Which one's the top?
World of Outlaws.
High Limit or World of Outlaws? Because we got a split.
That is true. We do have a split.
Let's see. Anyway, all right. He stayed on the lead lap according to my timing. Or did D. Wilson not get his lap back? I could have sworn he did. Unless Christopher Tate went a lap down right before that happened. We're green again at Iowa. Everyone like 10th on back doesn't restart. Well, it's like only the top 11 can even get a good restart. Ruggiero right away passing Tony Breidinger and Christian Rose. Zillage trying to pull away like he's the road runner. Dale Shearer is now off the track. Okay, so Christopher Tate got the free pass. Not DL Wilson. We're like 10 laps away from the second break. Geo is he'll make the restart give us a new. Well, the restart happened, so I can definitely answer no, and I wouldn't have thought so anyway. Like his car is too good. Battle for 5th, or 4th, 5th, and 6th, all close together. Gus Dean and the 2 Rev Racing cars. Ooh. Mason Mitchell, Andy J, and Chris Wright. That's 7th, 6th, 7th, 8th. But Ruggiero is caught to the back of that pack.
My Fox Sports does not want to be nice to me. I want to be able to watch the race.
Fox Sports is nice to no one, except IndyCar.
That is true. Except IndyCar.
I'll be really happy to see have Indy next broadcast. Then I can stop.
Same.
Then I can stop buying Peacock Premium. Well, I'll probably use it to watch IMSA actually. So.
I'm just, to be honest, I am a part of the camp that thinks this is a good thing.
Yeah, I just hope the broad. I mean, if IndyCar is doing their is handling the broadcast, then like production, then I'm honestly fine with it.
I think I don't know. This is the one thing I'm optimistic about. For once in my life, I'm optimistic about something.
Just please
and it's
don't be Adam
Fox.
Alexander. I know I despise him more than most people do, but he has no pace when he commentates.
Yeah.
And it's just an IndyCar, you can't afford that, especially not on an oval.
Mm. All right, what are you seeing right now on your screen?
I see the Rev teammates, and it looks like LeVar Scott almost hit the wall there. Just right looking on the 6 now. Dennison got by Maples for 14th now. Again, they're the only 2 cars on their lap, so it's the only cars that they can battle for position. Probably 5 laps now, 5 laps away from the second break.
Yep.
So now we got the fastest laps: Zilich, Gus Dean, Ruggiero, Mitchell, and Andy J. Ooh, the bumper to the 6th. Here comes the 15 on the inside. These cars aren't necessary. And so that was a pass. So I don't know, maybe tomorrow and Sunday it won't be so bad. But Zachary Tinkle is back on track. He's 28 laps down. All right, we're probably 1 or 2 laps away now from the break. Gap's about 1.25 seconds from 1st to 2nd. Still 12 cars on the lead lap. Christopher Tate feels like he's just barely hanging on there. Man. Now lap 100. Dale Shearer now listed as out of the race. Please stop breathing into your microphone.
Sorry about that.
Cruise out the first few late cars are so much faster than the rest. And that is ARCA, Ricky Dane. If you're not with Venturini or Joe Gibbs Racing, Rev Racing, or Pinnacle Racing Group, you are not winning. Or probably. And then, that doesn't leave many spots in the top 10. So
absolutely.
Only in ARCA, at least in stock car racing, is the disparity that large. And you have your winning teams in the
like in other series, you have your teams that do well, but there's always opportunity for like an underdog.
Yeah.
But in ARCA, unless you're at a super speedway, there's a slim to none chance of there being an underdog.
Even then, Talladega. No lead changes and no cautions. Well, there's one caution.
Yeah, and not only that, like the worst part about that race is nobody even tried to win. That was probably one of the most boring races I've ever seen.
Also, making it worse is that the slower cars couldn't keep up with the draft. It was so depressing.
And there was like
Daytona.
a 3-car battle. Like Daytona was more interesting.
How does NASCAR compare? Thousands times more competitive. Okay, hundreds times more competitive.
Absolutely. If you're talking the NASCAR Cup Series, you have like multiple different like teams every week that can compete. Like
Hendrick,
obviously
Gibbs.
obviously you've got your Hendrick and Gibbs of the world who like dominate, but you've also got like second tier teams that do well every week, like
2311
RFK, 2311 RFK,
Penske.
Trackhouse,
Penske.
Like
Surprisingly, this year Stuart Haas, given they're closing down and have had a large performance fall off, but you know.
And even then in the Cup Series, you even have small teams that sometimes perform well at the super speedways. Mine immediately goes to Spire. Like every year you see a Spire.
They're not really small anymore, and even then, Hocevar can get top 10s on his own.
Yeah.
Rick Ware is more competitive.
Yeah, I think the only team that's not competitive, I don't think there is a single team that's just terrible everywhere now.
Wood Brothers.
Okay, yeah, never mind. I've seen Wood Brothers a few times at super speedways.
Yes, but Legacy hasn't been great either. But really, the only team that's really shit the bed everywhere, I'd say, is Colleague.
That's what I was saying about the motors and the ARCA cars. How is the difference so large between the front runners?
Money, people.
Money, yeah.
Like
Joe Gibbs, especially Joe Gibbs. That's a big name.
Hundreds of employees at the Venturini's probably in the dozens, but they focus only on ARCA, so they've got the best cars. Meanwhile, you got Andy J. I think he's got I think you could count his in the 73. He could count all of his employees probably on both of his hands, and I mean that's a guy who worked his ass off trying to get the sponsorship, and he gets his car to run in the top 10, which is Herculean for a owner-driver operation.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, too, it's like comparing, Target and, big-name stores to, mom-and-pop shops.
Exactly.
There's, no comparison.
It's a literal David and Goliath.
They all race every week. Yeah, they all provide the same, product, but one gets more money, meaning it's more successful, i.e. Joe Gibbs.
Yeah,
for example.
Or Venturini, or Rev.
Or Venturini,
or Pinnacle Racing Group.
Yeah.
So the final thing of which teams won this year so far. Daytona, Venturini. Phoenix, Gibbs. Talladega, Venturini. Dover, Pinnacle Racing Group. Kansas, Pinnacle Racing Group. Charlotte, Joe Gibbs. Right now, it's Pinnacle Racing Group leading the field. Has PRG been at every race? I'm trying to remember. Daytona was Van Gisbergen. Phoenix was Mosak. Talladega, they might. I don't think they showed up. Dover was Zilich. Kansas was Mosak. Charlotte was Mosak.
Another question from Ricky. But all motors are governed. How do you get so much more performance out of the same engine? More R&D time.
Engineering.
Yep, engineering time and more time to develop the engines.
Like small teams, they can't as far as I know, they can't really afford engineers in the same way.
Yeah. They might have the same engine, but they're not going to get the same amount of performance out of it.
No.
So even if the engines are the same, they won't be able to get the same amount of performance. At least that's what I would assume.
Yeah.
But yeah. There's probably going to be no surprise drivers in New Hampshire in the Cup Series. Probably not.
To win?
No, not to win, but to show up. I bet it's probably just going to be a regular field.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Maybe the 16. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I'm guaranteed both of the races, cup races, are going to basically guaranteed. One's Chicago and the other's Talladega. So I'll get road course ringers. I mean, we already know Joey Hand's gonna show up, and on the other hand, I'm gonna get a super speedway merchants. Isn't who's running the Talladega? Is Alfredo running fall Talladega, or is it someone else who was announced? Or no, someone else was announced to be. Oh, Retzloff's running Daytona, right?
Who?
Parker Retzloff. He's running
in the Cup Series.
Yeah.
That's weird.
For Beard, yeah.
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, I mean,
good for him.
Let's see what he can do. Let's say it's probably wear on the engines as well. Some teams can probably afford engine sauce from teams like Cody's, not so much. Another thing that's true, like engines, they do cost a fair amount. So, our teams can't run. They have probably to run engines for longer, which is going to either they blow up or you have to run slower. It is a fact that teams will run at like way lower speeds just to make sure they can actually make it from race to race. Like they have conserving equipment is so vital. At Kansas, Kimmel Racing brought 2 cars. There was a failure in the hauler, and both cars dropped off their lifts, and they had to withdraw. Like they don't have backups. They also set up for their cars. Some teams know how to set up the car to run faster. I mean, I think among the competitive cars that certainly helps, but I mean, it also definitely helps. It also definitely is another difference between better teams and worse teams. But I think there's more factors to it than just the setup.
Yeah. I feel like when you've got an engine that isn't like the same as like the top teams, setups can get you an edge above the other drivers that go around your speed, but setup alone won't get you to fight like the 20 or like Ruggiero
or
Zilich, yeah. Sawalich. Yeah. A setup alone won't get you up there. Also, speaking of, is that
was from earlier.
Did he have that flat tire? Oh, that's from earlier.
Yeah, it's when he spun.
Giving him a flat?
Yep. In the Cup Series, you still have drivers that are mid-pack and back of the pack, and those cars are almost identical. Well, it's way more competitive in the mid.
Yeah.
Like, there was a ton of fluctuation in the mid-pack and the rear pack. So I don't believe the comparison is as good.
Yeah, I feel like the Truck Series and Xfinity would be a better comparison to ARCA than Cup.
Well, yes, because you have more consistent back markers.
Especially in trucks.
Thad Moffitt, Spencer Boyd. I'd say Lawless Allen, but he's had a couple of 11th place finishes. So, Connor Jones, he's gonna suck. It's just it's in his DNA.
All right, red flag has been lifted. We're under caution, I believe. Yep.
I'm surprised that no one in my chat has ever pointed out how little TV time Cody Dennison gets. I'm pretty sure I know exactly why that is the case, but
maybe if he was like not 3 laps down.
No, it's not that.
Oh, right. Yep. Well, the other thing.
Yeah.
Sponsorship.
Yeah. It's same thing that happened with G to G racing when they had Turning Point on their car.
I do not remember.
Because they were told that they could run, but they would get no TV time. They failed to qualify for the race anyway, so.
G2G was such a mess.
But I've seen Cody on TV or on even in flow racing in 2 instances. One, when he was restarting third on the final restart at Charlotte because he didn't pit for tires, which proved to be a mistake, and when he got spun at Flat Rock. Apart from that, it's like they try to avoid. It's like they try to show everyone else but him.
I mean, there's no point in showing him. No offense.
I mean, they showed D.L. Wilson earlier, and he was
That is
13,
true.
and he
But
was
that was an in-car. But that was an in-car when a lead lap guy was in front of him.
still. He's a lap down. Yeah, at that point, I'm pretty sure he was a lap down.
Oh.
I mean, anyway,
Alright,
we're now entering the
47.
final third of the race.
Yep.
Shannon Rush, of course, last year he was Jesse Love's crew chief. I don't know why it's like they really got to fix up the 15, the 20, and the 22 and the 25. Like I've heard that Breidinger is having her own sponsorship. Well, he's like Ruta Bush. I'm pretty sure. Like I said, I think it's a Young's Motorsports sponsor. So I don't know what the hell they're doing here. Because besides the fact that I think they sponsored Breidinger before, but I mean the 55 is unsponsored today as well. Let me check my stats so far for the night. Alright, gain +1 sub.
Alright, lights are off the pace car.
Alrighty.
I didn't know about that until like 2-3 years ago.
What?
That they turned off the lights right before.
Yeah, it took me a while.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing to look out for.
Yeah. It's like, oh, lights are off the pace car. That means we're about to go green.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of.
And we're green again at Iowa.
Yep.
Silich off with another really good start.
Yep.
Like,
stole the words right out of my mouth.
He's way clear of Sawalich already. Battle for third in the turn. Ooh, you can see that 55 was loose there.
Yep.
And that's like Chris Wright to second.
Perez.
A third. Perez to fourth.
Now trying to get big wiggle out of Mitchell.
Yeah. All I could see was the car in front of him get loose.
And
Perez to third. And LaFar Scott to fifth. All right. D.L. Wilson got the free pass, so he's back on the lead lap for the third time.
Gaggle of cars between 7th and 10th.
11th. Ruggiero was 11th.
Okay, 11th. Yep, there's Ruggiero. Yep. Rose entered that corner very wide.
Yep, and that's the last thing you want to do here.
Yep, Breidinger got right under him, took that spot away.
Like, I swear to God, it's like Texas. You don't want to.
Yeah.
The high lane will get you way out.
At least it's a short track and not like Texas where you can take it flat out.
Yeah. Ooh, Andy J looked a little loose there.
I was just about to say, big wiggle out of Andy J.
And here comes Mitchell to the inside. It's going to be 3 wide into the turn. Will somebody
Mitchell
give?
on the inside, Ruggiero on the outside.
Ruggiero makes the... Oh! Now they're still 3 wide. Man, this is great stuff.
He thought he had...
Mitchell trying to continue the pass on the inside. He's going to get there, and that's allowed Breidinger to catch up to the back of them.
And Ruggiero and Andy J are side by side now.
Holy tamale.
That was awesome. '73 and 20 still battling for that position, but the 20 gets it coming out of turn 2.
Yep.
That was the battle for 8th.
Yes. $18 cars still on track with the lowest. Okay, so now Zachary Tinkle retired the car in 20th. So, yeah. The lowest car that's still on the track is Kevin Hinkle, 29 laps down at the ripe young age of 62.
Oh, wow.
At least, yeah. he had a crash or other thing that took him out of it, or that, or I know he DNF'd. I don't remember top of my head. I just remember the race was won by Cole Raz for Jerry Pitts Racing. I don't remember much else.
Right now, they're showing the battle for 7th between Ruggiero and Mitchell.
Yep. We've seen a couple drivers not afraid to use the bumper to make that pass. I wonder if the young 17-year-old will do the same on the former champ. As I talked about Kevin Hinkle, they passed right by him. That's the Wayne Peterson entry.
That is kind of dangerous, not gonna lie. The disparity of speed.
I mean, you should have seen Dover. That was scary to watch.
Yeah.
It was literally
I think I watched some of Dover.
It was like watching it like an IMSA race. Yeah, it seems like stuff gets pretty squirrely, especially because the track just seems so slippery all day.
Yep.
And so 3 wide's not always that hairy, especially not on a super speedway. Intermediates it also tends to be fine, but
short tracks it's not that much.
Well, it doesn't happen because short tracks aren't normally this wide.
Yeah. There's a reason it calls itself the fastest short track. Says it on the backstretch. Also, while we've been talking, look at the interval for Sawalich and Zilich. I don't know if that's
down.
been updated.
It's going down.
Yeah.
So could the adjustments made on the final break be what it takes for someone to bust the stranglehold that Zilich has had on the lead for a while? And here he is about to put Michael Maples 4 laps down, and he's gonna put Dia Wilson a lap down for the 4th time today.
Yep.
1 lap down. Again, I think ahead of him is the 93 of Cody Dennison. And there was Sawalich. He just got by the 39. 8:10.
Also, yep.
This could also be a time of day thing. Yeah, Dennison. Now
why are they showing an in-car camera? I think your theory is right.
To not show the 93, because.
Yep.
Sawalich
I think your theory is right. Oh my goodness.
He lost 9/10. Sawalich lost 9/10 trying to navigate that.
Yep, the lap cars.
Thanks for the Ricky Dan, good commentary, fellas. Thanks. We do our best. And Zill's gonna win this. I'd say he's favored, but nothing is assured in racing. Just look at last week when Truex, running second at Sonoma, runs out of fuel, coming in on the last turn, and just had to will the car across the line. Caution!
Yeah. Wait, really?
Oh, it's Chris Ryan and Cody Dennison.
Well, now they have to show his car.
Yep. Well,
I'm assuming Chris Wright was trying to get around him, and God only knows what happened.
Chris Wright, more like Crash Wright.
We'll see who's at fault here.
He was Chris Wright when he raced in the truck series, he was a crash magnet.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now there's the Tim Cast car with it looking completely busted. So is Chris Wright's First National Bank Toyota, but goddamn.
Yeah.
Well,
let's see.
That's
one way to show Dennison's car.
Yeah. Tim Cass and then T.com. There's also Public Square, which is that's a good sponsor. They are I believe it's a job-seeking company for veterans, which I think is that's a very honorable cause. Also, considering a couple of veterans in the field, Ryan Roulette's in the Air Force. I think it's Air Force or Navy. I think it's Ryan Roulette's in the Air Force. Christopher Tate's in the Navy. So, but obviously this would be Dennison's first DNF. So Dennison was running 14th, 3 down. Yeah, that thing is destroyed. Yep, 34 years old from Hoax Bluff, Alabama. So they misspelled. Wait, Timecast? They couldn't spell his damn sponsor right? Or is that Fox trying to censor the sponsor? Let's see. Oh, I think that was a little hard to see. I gotta see that again. Great. That one was the one the wreck was already happening. My assumption is the 15 got into the 93. Based. Oh, so we're red flagged now. It's a red flag. So under red flag conditions, the race is completely stopped. They're not going to leave under caution. All cars remain motionless. The laps counter stays the same. So this is a pause button, basically. It's just like it's just like the brakes.
From the angle we did see, it did look like Wright got into Dennison in the corner. At least that's what it looked like.
Yeah, it's a bad angle. But that's what Fox is for you. I remember like when I think it was when Bell hit the wall early in practice, we got 4 different angles for it. 2 of his in car and 2 from the outside, and both showed a different. I think the in car cameras gave it a good idea of his of what the wreck felt like, and then the outside cam had pretty good angles of what happened. Yeah, Cody drives on Trek or make mistakes. Well, he can't afford. Because he's driving for Costa Weaver, he can't afford to make mistakes because it'll set the team back a while. I mean, they don't have time to rest because they got a race. I think I gotta double check. They don't have time to. Or I guess I was wrong about next. I could have sworn. I gotta check the schedule for ARCA. Real quick, but I mean, at minimum, they don't have time to rest. They've got a race a week from today at Mid-Ohio. Obviously, completely different car will probably be used because road course cars are completely different from short track cars, I think. But it's it's epic. There's some Calypso lemonade commercial, another Menards product. I don't have Menards near me. Stop and Shop is where.
Me neither.
Stop and Shop and Trader Joe's are where it's at.
Yep, absolutely.
Especially Trader Joe's.
Oh, yeah. I don't have that many where I am, but I do have a fair share of them.
Well, these ARCA kids, it's lap traffic, it exists. These ARCA kids say everyone is just supposed to stop racing. Well, no, Chris Wright is just terrible at his job.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what it comes down to. I mean, he should be going for the lead, and he was top 5. It's okay in Venerini. Well, it's where you're supposed to be running top 5 at basically minimum. Well, top 10 is, I guess, tolerable, but you gotta compete for the win at some point. But it's always the 20 and the 55 this year that are doing it, and not the 15, the 22, or the 25. All right, so this also might be Dennison's first interview on air.
Maybe.
It's ARCA driving interview on what they get on Amazon. Last thing I got on Amazon was toothpaste because
What?
I was about to run out of it and I needed to get a tube.
What? Oh, why are you talking about the last thing you bought on Amazon?
This is what they're talking about right now. Because you know they have cutaways with drivers where they talk about a certain topic. They're talking like
Oh yeah.
like last thing I got was toothpaste. I've gotten Q-tips. What else? Pieces of technology for like my streaming stuff to Discord, like USB to HDMI type deal.
The last thing I got from Amazon was the set of the headset that I'm currently using. Because I have never used a headset, surprisingly enough.
By my estimate, I think based on how much time is left, I think Dennison will finish in 17th position. Which that would be the yeah. Well, one of the full timers this year, Michael Maples in Maine ARCA. He's 60 freaking years old. From Choctaw, Oklahoma. You know the second most famous Oklahoman in racing right now. The other one, of course, being Christopher Bell, who again he had his problems in practice earlier. He was one of the drivers that did the tire test, and now he's going to a backup car for Sunday. Look at the line of Speedy Dry. It's like a ribbon.
Oh yeah. Why would they need a lot? I guess a lot of oil fell out from one of the cars.
Ricky Dane, last thing you got on Amazon was a water pump. Yep. Well, I got maybe that'll be me in 3 years, 5 years. Oh my God! I can see a P. I hope the broadcast, I hope the commentary's been better. Like, I haven't been paying attention as much. Though, if they had to get, I mean, Phil Parsons, I genuinely think he does a good job. You just got to deal with, normally he's dealing with two clowns. But, Eric Brennan, I don't know. I mean, this is the first commentary I've heard for him. See, I used to watch Dirt Track a lot, and if that happened there, the drivers would be out fighting after the wreck happened. We've seen a couple of fights already this year. I mean, you know, maybe they're fighting on pit road. That's where it happens. Well, I've seen a grand total of 2 fights on the track, fist fights. Well, neither was live. The 1979 Daytona 500 wreck between Donnie Allison and Cale Yarborough, and the very infamous 2016 Gateway fight between Spencer Gallagher and John West Townley. Like they'll fight on pit road if they're gonna fight. That's where it happens.
What about fights?
I said pit road is where it'll probably happen, not on the track.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I said, not unless you're John West Townley or.
Yeah, that one time, and that was one of the most embarrassing fights I've ever seen.
And there's points for a takedown.
It's like a hockey fight where instead of when they're punching, they're just tugging at each other's jerseys and just kind of like hugging on ice. That's what I always say every time there's a fight. And it's like, they're just pulling at each other. I'm like, hey, quit hugging. Why don't you throw some punches?
Bubba's been in a grand total of 1 fight, and it wasn't really a fight as much as this. Do you really count 2022 Las Vegas as a fight?
I consider it aggression.
He hasn't really been in a fist fight. At least, I mean, it's been at least a season and a half since then.
Yeah. Wow, it's been that long.
Yeah, I mean, that was his disqualification. No, it's his suspension.
Yeah. Although I still find it kind of weird that he intentionally wrecked Larson and then tried to fight him.
He was mad.
I mean, yeah, but that's like if Denny Hamlin got out of his car and that's like if Chase Elliott got out of his car and started trying to fight Denny Hamlin after Charlotte.
I guess he wasn't as hot-headed. He sold a very stupid thing.
Oh, both of them did, absolutely. Bubba's was way more egregious. He just cut all the way down across the track.
I mean, I think they're both as egregious. Like both as egregious. What's he said as a Hendrick fan?
What?
I think they were both as egregious, and I'm the Hendrick fan.
Yeah, you're the Hendrick fan here.
You're right, hooking someone coming off the final turn. I mean, what was the better fist fight? Stenhouse versus Busch or Chastain versus Gregson? That's the question. I give it to Stenhouse.
Probably Stenhouse.
No,
yeah,
from what I selfishly give the nod to Chastain versus Gregson just because Gregson was rocking the Dumb and Dumber haircut.
Oh yeah, I just remember a lot of people being like, "Oh, why did Chastain instigate Gregson and then put his hands up? Like, I didn't do nothing. That's a serial killer." Like, no, shut up. He just punched the guy. Actually, a real fist fight. If you want a real fist fight, it would be Crafton v. Sanchez after Talladega. Sanchez was bleeding from multiple spots on his face. Like, I haven't seen a. Oh. And of course, when I think
who's
of
talking? Is that the?
No, that's Chris. Chris Wright.
Oh. So yeah, good. Yeah, so he got interviewed. By the way, I'm gonna put a link to the Crafton Sanchez fight. We're under caution now.
Yep.
I mean, that Crafton Sanchez. I mean, it's hard to watch. I forgot he was bleeding from like his eye socket.
Yeah, that one was like hard to watch.
I know, like, moment of truth.
Although, plus, like, I still don't think did they. If I remember correctly, they fined Sanchez for what he said.
$5,000 for Sanchez, $25K for Crafton. Crafton's fine.
I don't understand.
Crafton's fine was upscaled for Stenhouse. But
how much was Stenhouse's fine?
$75,000, which is ridiculous.
And Crafton's was
$25,000.
Okay, so a punch that was lapse warranted versus a punch that wasn't warranted and made a child bleed.
I mean, I think it's like with police. I mean, I think the charge is premeditated.
Fair.
Because they had time to cool down over that, and he didn't cool down.
Would anyone, though? You wrecked me on lap 2 of a fun race for no reason.
I thought you were talking about Crafton for a moment.
Oh, no, I'm talking about Stenhouse.
Yeah, but I mean, if D.L. Wilson gets another free pass, oh my God. Like, it's his 4th time. For the 59-year-old from Martin, Texas.
I mean, all you have to do is just not go 3 laps down, pretty much.
I mean, he's been 1 down for so long.
All right, 27 laps to go, under caution.
It's like disbelief. You know, if D.L. Wilson can last that long to get to the if you make it finish in the lead lap, good for him, because I wouldn't have guessed it. At least on the lead lap. Yeah.
I don't remember. Did I ever do any races with you last year?
No.
No. Okay. Daytona ARCA was the first race I did.
Correct.
Yep. I remember that. That red flag was long.
It was. You know, I was talking with my Formula One friends, and it was like, Zilich should have gotten a ride at Le Mans.
Imagine.
I mean, the Triple Crown of Endurance racing, Le Mans, Daytona, and Sebring, and he's won 2 of 3 in 1 year at 17.
At 17, younger than me.
Yep. Tomorrow, Le Mans, by the way, for those if interested in watching, it starts at 10 a.m. You can watch it on Motor Trend, the channel, or as I am watching it, because I have the app, Max, with its BR Sports add-on, which at the moment is completely free. Yeah, Sanchez got played pretty bad. So for the if any of you watch IndyCar, there's a plethora of IndyCar drivers in the field. Let me just look up the starting lineup because for Cadillac, he got Alex Palou and Scott Dixon. What else? Hertz Team Joda, Callum Ilott, although he's running the full season for Joda. Let me see who else. Romain Grosjean for Lamborghini Iron Lynx since number 19. Let's see, LMP2 wise, who do we got? Nolan Siegel for United Auto Sports. Kevin Simpson for the number 24 for Nielsen Racing. And good old, I mean, he did an IndyCar race, a couple of races earlier this year. Colin Braun in the number 45 for CrowdStrike, the team with which he won the Asian Le Mans Series earlier this year. Anyway, lights are off the pace car, which means when we go green, it'll be 23 to go.
Yep. Which will hopefully be the shootout to the end of the race.
Zilich has definitely locked in most laps led.
Yep. 79 laps led today. And the only other person to lead laps today is the guy on his inside, William Sawalich, 47 laps led today.
2 17-year-olds, the two potentially the 2 youngest drivers in the field, because Ruggiero is also 17. But here we go, we're green again at Iowa. Zilich did not get as good start as he did last time. Oh man, they nearly wrecked. Are they gonna? Oh my God, that was so close. Perez finally going to the inside.
Goodness.
Holy cow! Oh man! Oh my God! Oh man! Zilich almost wrecked down the backstretch with Sawalich getting his
Holy
bumper.
shit!
How did they hold on?
Sawalich, man, what the hell was that? Excuse my language.
I can't believe both of them saved it, and some of the massive heroics. That's the Reese's Sweet move of the day. I don't care what the hell else happens. You know, nothing ain't beating that. Nothing is beating that. Oh my God! Way to give me a heart attack.
That was classic.
We got a caution.
Yeah, it is.
For who? Debris, apparently.
What the hell was Sawalich thinking? Oh, if I can't win this race cleanly, I'll just clean him out.
Michael Maples gets one of his laps back. He's 3 down.
Finally, someone other
Here's
than
the
that
replay. Like I said, Zilich did not get as good a restart. Sawalich is side by side. They enter one, and both of them are sideways. Man, Perez tried to get to the inside, not able to. Settles back in third. They head back stretch and right into the left rear quarter panel. Sawalich got into the left quarter panel of Zilich. And he almost wrecked again.
What was Sawalich doing in turn 1?
He's desperate. I mean,
he's desperate. He almost hooked the guy into the wall.
I mean, Zilich has been running. I mean, I think Sawalich expected to be the top dog on the short tracks. There's the bar that fell off of it's a piece of chassis. But you know, so Wallace probably thought he'd be top dog on the short on the races he'd be in, and now Connor Zilich is completely destroying him whenever they. I like so Wallace has not won a single race that Zilich has started. Wait, I realized I just remembered Gio Ruggiero. I said he had no wins. I forgot he won at 5 Flags. But
Yeah.
so Wallace has not won a single race that Connor Zilich has started in this year.
Still doesn't give him the right to do whatever the hell he did in turn 1.
5 Flags, I think. Sawallich's second, Zilich wrecked. What else? Nashville, Zilich won. Dover, Zilich won. Flat Rock, Zilich won. Zilich has won his last 3 starts.
Major damage. I think that's that right rear tire.
Left rear.
Yeah, left rear tire does not look
he
okay.
can't pit now. I mean, he's got a fast car, but he's not that fast, I don't think.
What? Zilich?
Also, I made a mistake. So Wallace won Nashville, so he has won a race. So Wallace started. I got mixed up.
It's alright, it happens to all of us.
Zilich is Zilich finished 4th at 5 Flags? I could have sworn he had a problem. Maybe think of something else. I could have sworn it was like. Let me double check that. That doesn't seem right. Oh. No, Jake Finch is the car that had the problems, I think. Never, or maybe. Anyway.
Lights are out on the pace car again. Hopefully they can mind their P's and Q's this time and not do whatever the hell that was.
You guys watch drag racing? I can't. No, I can't.
No, I don't. I respect the hell out of it.
I wonder if Sun is going to be crazy.
Side.
This partial repaving because of a lot of this. It's I think the abrasive non-paved is the problem. Get Cody in here. I don't know him. So anyway, we're green.
Green.
He's getting a much better start. He got a push from Gio Ruggiero, who's worked back up to 3rd after his problems.
Now he's side by side.
3 different lanes through. 3 different lanes through that turn for the field, and Sawallich. Oh, he gives the bumper to Zilich. Oh man, it's been a tire problem. I think this came off. Sawallich by about half a car length, but Zilich gets him back at the start-finish line. The 18 is driving mad. Oh man, he gets into him again. Almost spun him out. Oh man, he almost ran into him. Sawallich trying to take the lead. Zilich is still hanging on. Oh my God. What is he like? So is Sawallich trying to do his best? Kyle was rushing there 3 wide, farther back in the pack.
He's trying to do his best 2022 Ross Chastain impression is what it looks like from here. 16 laps to go here. These two dogs.
Zilich is holding on the high lane. The question is, can he get back around the 18? Because I think the 28 might have been wounded with some of those collisions.
Oh, absolutely. 15 laps to go.
He got it back. Zilich back in the lead. But is Sawallich going to try and wreck him again?
Yeah, looks it. Gets to the inside again, coming into turn number 1.
Zilich leading on the back stretch now with 15 laps to go.
Entering turn number 3, so Wallace.
Mason Mitchell has made his way through the chaos to 4th. His first main ARCA start since I think 2018. Oh my God, Zilich trying to scoot away from Sawallich.
The battering ram that is William Sawallich.
Yeah, before he ends up getting Sawalled.
God damn it, why did that make me laugh? I hate that.
Because we're not immune to bad puns. Seems so crazy to do a partial repave. What Pockris reported that the asphalt company wouldn't have had enough time. Unique Midwest conditions. It gets too cold to do in the winter. I don't know if I necessarily believe that, but that is the explanation. Seems Cleveland's top 3 are going to be cup races for the next decade.
Oh, here comes Sawallich.
Sawallich reeling it back now. 12 to go.
Sawallich gets that inside. Can you keep it? Yes, he can.
Yeah,
Now they're
he's, I mean, he's
side by
staying there, but
side.
Zilich gets back clear on the back stretch. This is the best. This is by far the best ARCA race of the year. Just, I mean, just this battle alone. This is
Absolutely.
fantastic.
It is. 11 to go.
Yeah, Sawalich dominated last year, and then Fenhouse got snookered him on the final restart.
Zilich still trying to pull away, but he just can't get
Pulled
away
by
from that
the
18.
very, very slow
10 laps
Kevin
to go.
Hinkle.
Yep, that'll affect the way the 18 enters the corner. You can't keep that bottom that he's been trying to hold on that when he enters turn 1.
Yeah, and we've seen that 18 was able to reel him back in. There's down by the 0-3 of Alex Club.
Yep.
How do they only patch the track? Listen, I'm not. They managed. They redid the Legends Oval in the center of the track.
9.
By the 12 of Ryan Roulette. LeVar Scott getting by his teammate Andres Perez for 5th spot. Nine to,
Who had a shot at the lead earlier when Sawalich and Zilich were going at it?
Who had the lead? What do you mean?
No, who had a shot at the lead? The 2 car. He was like right
Perez,
behind Zilich.
Wow, Michael Maple! Oh, it's got into the 18 there. Jesus.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, LeVar Scott just spun.
Oh, yep, there it is. Another caution. Oh, my goodness.
Michael Maples gets another lap back. He's going to go back to 2 laps down. His car seems fine, though. So it didn't hit anything. But that's going to send him back to 12th. It looks like T.L. Wilson will finish this race on the lead lap. So will Christopher Tate, who's running top 10 now. That'd be a career day. What a way, your first ever ARCA race, and you finish in the top 10 in a pretty moderately sized field with a team that struggles to finish top 15.
All right, let's see what happened. Coming out of turn number 4,
you got clipped by Justine.
Let's see.
Saved it originally, but once he got on the backstretch, the car snapped.
Yeah, it was just... Well, it took a while to snap.
Pretty good save.
Yeah. Nothing Just could do. They were stuck 3 wide, the lap car. But yeah, now I'm just if I'm Zilich, I am very scared of the man in my rearview mirror right now.
So Wallace he's going for freaking retribution.
Yeah, the most barbaric way possible.
If you're Sawalich, you have to drive it in after this restart, right? Yeah, I don't know. That's not how I would drive, but it is exactly what I think Sawalich will do. He's gonna try and rough the hell out of the 28.
If I'm Zilich, I'm not giving Sawalich any room.
You pray that Ruggiero gives you the best push of your life.
Absolutely. Because if I'm Connor Zilich right now, sitting in that 28, I'm thinking to myself, I'm giving that 18 no shot to pass me. And if he does, I'm going to get him right back the same way he got me.
So Wallace looking for his 6th ARCA win. Last year, he won at Berlin, Milwaukee, Bristol, and Toledo. Won at Phoenix earlier. Also, here they're talking about Christopher Tate, as I pointed out before. I see. He's in the Marines, not the Navy. My mistake.
Oh, it's... Hello, welcome back.
Is that Rafa?
Yep.
All right, just in time for the end.
Yeah. Also, by the way, Bowser, your stream is not showing on our end. Like,
now?
as in, like...
Wait. How about now?
Yep.
Because it didn't have Safari open. As the tab that I was clicked on, I was in Discord.
Also paying some extra attention there to the left front quarter panel of the 6 car. As we inch closer to what we hope to be the one to go signal to size up what is going to be an absolute dash to the checkers. At this point, Phil, I think we've seen
On this restart, absolutely keep your eyes on Sawalch and Zilich and what happens between those two, because man, those two were going at it. Lights are off, and Ruggiero chose to help his teammate.
Why wouldn't he? Whoa, wait, I'm an idiot. They're not teammates. I don't know.
They're not?
No. What am I saying? Oh my god, I can't believe how did I go this far and not notice that? The 28, they're not even the same manufacturer. I'm a moron.
No, the 18 is on. No, the 20 chose to help out the 18.
They're not teammates.
Not the 28.
Well, they're not. They're still not.
Toyotas.
I got mixed up. I thought Ruggiero was Zilich's teammate earlier. Even then, Sawalch and Ruggiero are not teammates.
Yeah.
But they're manufactured.
They're Toyota. Yeah, manufactured.
I can't believe I messed up. I am so sorry.
It's all right. It happens. Hey, remember when I did it? Remember what I did at Richmond? Remember what I did at Richmond?
Oh, Rich.
Xfinity.
Who?
No, what I did. I made a mistake at the winning call.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, here we go again. Almost contact already at the start, but we're green at Richmond. I mean, Jesus Christ, screw you, Iowa. I pulled a Bill Weber. Oh man. Oh my God.
Side by side,
I need this race to end. It's Zilich clears on the backstretch.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Watch to see if Sawalch will do anything at turn number 3. He does not. Sticks that bottom, still trying to close in. Coming out of 4, coming to 2 laps to go.
He wasn't close enough to the bumper that time. He's gonna try and get a run into 1 to try and do the deed here.
Definitely close enough.
No, he's not.
No, he's not, but he's definitely looking. Further back, Mitchell's trying to get his way around Ruggiero.
Last year, the move came on the last lap. Let's see how this pans out. White flag is out. Last lap at Iowa. All right. Here they go now. The gap between Zilich and Sawalch has increased. Sawalch staring his title rival down as he fades away into the night. And coming around 3 and 4, he won Dover earlier this year. Gonna be the first multi-race winner of the year in the ARCA Menards Series. Connor Zilich wins the Atlas 150 at Iowa.
Followed by William Sawalch, who was trying to do practically anything he could to get by Zilich for that win, but he just couldn't get it done.
Sawalch second, Ruggiero third, Mason Mitchell fourth, Andy J. Koyak in fifth. Andres Perez in 6th, Gustine 7th, Tony Breidinger 8th, LeVar Scott on 9th, and Christopher Tate on debut with a top 10.
Wow, good for him.
Or wait, what's it? No, wait, the scoreboard's broken. Oh.
A lot of mistakes have been made.
No. The website scoreboard's broken. Christopher Tate did finish 10th, but the scoreboard broke like 20 laps ago.
No.
Yeah, okay. Hopefully I don't make a track mistake again. I blame you for bringing up Richmond.
Oh, absolutely. That's my fault.
It's whatever. I shouldn't have said it.
What track are we at again?
We're at Iowa.
We're at Iowa, dummy.
It's Pinnacle Racing Group's 3rd win of the year.
Yep.
Yeah, and all 3 times Connor won.
I like Zilich. He's one of my favorite up-and-comers.
Thank you so much for enjoying the commentary, Ricky Dane. Next ARC. Oh, again, probably no other streams for the rest of the weekend unless something changes dramatically. So next week, ARCA at Mid-Ohio, then Xfinity, Modifieds, and Cup Series at New Hampshire. I'll also try to simultaneously cover the Indian X doubleheader at Laguna Seca and the IndyCar race at Laguna Seca, along with the Cup race at New Hampshire on the Sunday. So it's a lot of races for me to keep track of when I do my
Yep.
test. All right. Anyway, let me update the stats for today.
And I am going to check the score of the NBA game.
All right. So, all right, we hit the sub goal and we hit the view goal. Thank y'all so much. Until next time, BowserJrXD signing off. Have a good